Hello, everybody. GoldenHawk here. And I came on to talk to you about karma. I've been talking to actually quite a few different people over the last week or two, and I found some really strange ideas that people are holding about karma. And I really don't understand where they came from, but I do know that karma does work in a specific way. I also know that what people call karma has to do with our connections in what so many people are calling the matrix, which is the created consciousness continuum in 4D. Not meaning to create any confusion for anyone, but I'm just trying to keep things straight here. A lot of people seem to think that if they are being victimized, that they should walk away so they don't get bad karma. And when a person is being victimized and walks away, they actually take that pattern or that karma forward with them. And it creates patterns of victimization over and over again showing up in their lives. I had a situation quite a while back with someone who wanted me to become involved with them. They were married, and I was like, I don't get involved with people who hold contracts with other people at all, ever. And going into the moral pieces of it and all of that doesn't even have anything to do with that. If someone else is breaking a contract to be involved with me, then I will be involved in a continuing pattern of broken contracts. I do not work my life that way. When someone is victimizing you, that is their pattern and that is their karma. They will come back as a victimizer. They will return over and over again to learn about the damage that happens even to the inside of the body systems, when someone is victimizing or holding power over others. People who have lived as slaves return inside slavery until they break free, until they break that karmic pattern. It's very, very important that when someone does something illegal to us, that we do take legal action or put a stop to it so that we do not continue to be facing illegal situations, to being treated by people, working with people with criminal intent. So I wanted to go into some ancestry pieces with this, because this actually affects us from our ancestry. We bring it in with our ancestry. We live it with our ancestry. It opens up from our very DNA. And where we have diseases that come up that run inside a family or are genetic, are usually keyed or opened through a karmic reaction or lack of action very, very often. To act differently, to change it, is what releases us from the constant and continuing patterns. So to do something to create health, to relight or awaken or heal your DNA, which is absolutely possibly, it's really beyond just possible. It's not that difficult of a thing to do if you dedicate yourself to it. It has to do with resonance, and it has to do with loving yourself and acting in your own best interest. We must always be centered in self. Very different from self-centered. I pay it forward. I pay it back. I share. I'm very generous. I'm here speaking to you today, and I didn't even put anything up to make sure there were very many people out there, but just on a surprise piece, and I've been teaching for a very long time, and I didn't say, oh, pay for this class. I'll tell you something. This is a sharing. This comes from a generosity of spirit, knowing that there is a need out there, and having found out, like I said in the past week or two, how desperately this is needed. You are creating your own reality. You are doing it from your subconscious. Your ancestors are really heavily involved. The DNA pieces are there. If you were raised by a narcissist, you need to heal a narcissistic reality piece in your own subconscious, because it was integrated into your subconscious as how you interact, even if you were the victim of it. Most often, victim, victimizer, enabler, and rescuer it's four-quartered in order to actually open up exponentially into physical reality. And it will keep bringing in karmic lessons. And at times, our body, our senses, our pheromones go bzzz when we run into that karma, and we think that it's going to be great. And it's really our subconscious setting off the emotional chemicals, and our neurological field going, oh yeah, I know this. This is the pattern I'm used to. So it's very important that we look at this reaction and look at the situations that we're dealing with or about to deal with, the people that we're meeting inside this, and kind of figure out if this is something that we want to jump into, or if we want to take a little drawback and maybe do some work on where this could be coming from and why it's coming into our lives. Sometimes it's a timing piece. But very, very seriously, it's not your karma to be born in slavery and the next time to be the master. It's not how it works. It isn't a flip-flop. And unless you actually deal with the situations, it doesn't go away. If you find that someone has been stealing from you or damaging you in some way, and you walk away without doing anything about it, and you use that as a foundation for the next station or section of your life, you will bring more of that in. You will bring more bad contracts with you. It will not be people walking away like you did. You continue to walk away, you will continue to drag that karma forward. These things must be dealt with. It is not a low vibration to deal with the issues that come up, to see the truth, to see the authenticity of it, to call it what it actually is. It's very important to have clairvoyance, clear seeing, to be clairsentient, to be clearly sensitive, to know what's coming in, to know where it's coming from, and to understand why you're getting what you're getting. Facing these situations as they come is really very important. You don't gain good karma by doing good deeds because you were told to do good deeds. A random act of kindness will bring a random act of kindness if it comes from the truth of who you are. It will do that if you have an opening to it, if your energy is ready to resonate with that. Going into a situation where you are victimized does not mean you are a poor, pitiful victim who has created this again with their gamma mind or their beta mind. It means that you come from the greatest section of humanity, which has been used and abused by their leaders, by their churches, by the educational system, by the governments. You've been part of the throwaway people that are tossed into armies to die. That's all it means. It means you're not in the 1%. And it does mean that if you can really catch it, you can really heal it. It does mean that if you take action, you can change it. I do understand the difficulty in actually changing the programming inside the subconscious mind, which is why I worked on the cemetery for 25 years. But it can be done through vigilance and ferocity. It can be done by constant attention and by taking action. And I'm going to be putting some more stuff up here a little bit further in the week on the eclipse. I've got an astrologer that has worked with me and for me for a long time, who is going to give me some information to put up for you all. I am super excited about this eclipse. A lot of people don't understand that the age of Aquarius, the wave bearer, is being brought in by a feminine, anciently a feminine form, and it is a rebirth of feminine energy. It's an awakening of the earth, and we're not really into the Aquarian age until we are about 10 degrees into it. And none of us will be alive in these same bodies when that does happen. We are creating a foundation. And this eclipse is at 1 degree Leo. Nobilis oblige, the noble obligation. This is the awakening of the ancient line of kings. The pharaohs. The ones who were truly here to teach the people, to help the people. I'm speaking about the chiefs. I'm talking about all those tribal leaders. this is the awakening. Some people are going to be activating. I can tell you there's probably going to be some walk-ins. And a great many will be born from the point of this eclipse to the next eclipse, that will be the leaders of the new nobility. It's up to all of us to make a place for them to grow, to learn, and to truly be nourished. Love and light, Neferka, and darkness isn't saying no. Hello, everybody. I'm on an iPad mini, so I don't see stuff, people coming in until the very end. I love you all, and I'll be back in a couple days, like I said, with eclipse information and talking about that crazy word that I put up last week. That one's going to be fun. Neferka. I'll see you before the eclipse.